How am I serving you here today? There's a lot of us that do this work, and in a lot of ways, we represent really a new type of teacher relationship. And in this new energy that we're working with, I don't really see myself as a teacher that's above anyone. I really enjoy working alongside all of you so that together, myself included, that we benefit from how we are now sharing these ancient and universal teachings that have impacted so many people and in so many different ways. The new teacher is really different from how myself included in other lifetimes learned from others. Used to be that you would sit in front of a master teacher and they would present challenges and riddles that you were supposed to figure out. And a lot of us, pulling our hair out, really had a hard time trying to figure out what exactly is this character saying. In this new teaching, those of us who are working with this relationship we have with our own soul nature, it's really the radiance of the energetic presence of our own soul nature that's doing most of the work here and most of the teaching. Really, the words are just to keep you preoccupied, sometimes keep you entertained, times to keep you attentive to what's going on. But behind the scenes, really, it's the energetic radiance from and with me, from Archangel Michael, from Michael himself as a creator God, and from Yeshua. And that's a really refreshing approach. So what happens here in general is that there's a lot of energy that you sign up for to move. You feel stuck in a variety of ways, and you have grown to understand that intellectually it's not moving it. It's not changing what you'd like to change in your life. And so in this new way, the energy itself, while we're in this space, this very sacred space of sharing these very profound, ageless teachings, the energy itself begins to move the energy within you. It begins to stir things up. And in that way, that's the service that's being offered to you. There's nothing here that you need to figure out. There's nothing here that you need to really study intellectually. There's no grander concept that's going to be unveiled during this class that you're not already aware of. But there is a lot of energy in your body as a human being that is stuck, that's very much connected to your past, or is very much connected to the rest of our human family. And so by giving Michael and Yeshua permission to work with us in this very unique way, and I'm including myself here, what generally happens here, especially when we're doing something that we're spending these next 5 hours together, is a lot of energy gets shared with us that can feel really uplifting, can have you feeling very lightheaded, can also bring up feelings, emotions that you're not really comfortable feeling. But after this 5-hour intense interaction that we have with each other, the following weeks, months, sometimes years, is all about integrating what was shared in this special time we have together. And I really enjoy this manner of teaching because as a fellow teacher with me, and I'm looking at all of you as fellow teachers with me, it's the integration that brings the fulfillment into this physical experience, into our physical body, into this relationship we have as a human being. Without that integration, we're really left with not much new. So the integration comes from a place of compassion, both from Michael and Yeshua, but really it comes a lot from you, from each of us. That's why this whole relationship that we have around self-love is such a vital part here, where we really allow ourselves to be in a place where we move into, as gracefully as we're able to, new areas in our life from the inside out that changes the areas in our life from the outside in that aren't fulfilling, that aren't rewarding. So I know a lot of you participate as well with others who offer this same method, and it's such a refreshing approach. I can't tell you, I am going to tell you how frustrating it was for me in other lifetimes to sit at the feet of other master teachers that are now ascended masters, only to only to wish they just would speak more clearly in a way that I could have understood it, because then I'd end up spending my whole life trying to find the piece in the puzzle that was presented to me, and for the most part, never finding it. And then, of course, doing what most of us have done, blaming ourselves for not being enlightened enough to figure it out. So in this way, a lot of us that are doing this work now, we're not holding back any information. From my perspective, I'm just not really interested in ETs, so you're not going to get much of that from me, through me. I'm really not that interested in the drama and trauma that's been going on planet Earth with majority of our human family. Yes, there's significant things that are happening that impact the planet herself and impact the economic systems that all of us have relied on for some time. It impacts our social structures and political things. But that's been going on for a very, very long time. And I find that my interest in those things, although it might be entertaining for Michael to share his perspective on what's going on in relationship to those things just mentioned, it bores the hell out of me because it's just a distraction. If I want to serve the dysfunctional characteristics of any of those things, social, political, economical, spiritual, then my greatest service to all those things is for me to pay attention to what I'm creating in my own life and how I feel about that. So today is, in a really dynamic way, all about our feelings. And so when I talk about an ecstatic life, and I know originally this course was called an orgasmic life, and that for a variety of reasons was a little offensive to some people, and so be it. I haven't changed the content of the course itself, but I did change the word. But for those of you that were concerned about using orgasmic, the term orgasmic, and how for a lot of you, and for the majority of humanity, spirituality and orgasm have nothing in common. And yet I would say, well, I'd say bullshit to that. I'd say that's yet just another lie. So what does it mean to live an orgasmic or an ecstatic life? And how would that choice change the life that you are currently living if you allowed yourself to really entertain an orgasmic relationship to the life that you're living now.